Good evening. This is the June 25th convening of the Whitman Open Space and Recreation Plan Implementation Committee. Present is Jason DeRozier,
Leanne McKenzie,
Ryan Tully,
Robert Trumbull.
Thank you. So we're going to start off with the approval of the minutes. The June 11th minutes have been posted in our sort of shared Google Drive in the folder. I did share those with everyone in advance earlier this afternoon. Hopefully everyone had an opportunity to review them. So if I could get a motion to approve the minutes.
motion.
All right.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
yes.
Yes.
Thank you. All right. So any updates from our last meeting on any of the projects that folks are working on?
Not on my end.
Okay.
For cleanup stuff, I kind of just waiting to get past July 4th, and probably gonna plan something in August at this point.
Okay.
On the stormwater culverts end of it, I'm just getting into the office down in Public Works and getting into things and seek and find everything, and there's a lot to go through. So I only have a map of the culverts. For some strange reason, a list does not exist. So if I have to extrapolate from the map, create a list, I don't understand the difference, but I haven't really gotten deep into that stormwater plan yet. I know there's some stormwater bylaw thing coming due very soon. So I'm going to probably be involved in all of that. So that's where I'll get a lot of that information.
Great. Questions, comments, concerns?
I don't have any updates either. Just making it through to the end of school here and wrapping up something at work, and then I'll dig into the invasive species and
Okay.
related items.
Okay. So on my part, in terms of the sort of skate park and dog park feasibility work, what you have in front of you is sort of a sample work plan for the remainder of 2026 for both projects. So you'll see sort of an overview at the top for the months between July and January, and then sort of the action steps for the dog park and for the skate park, respectively. At the top, it says by January 2027, the OSRP Implementation Committee would have 2 completed feasibility reports ready for the Select Board review, allowing Whitman to pursue grant funding, CPA funding requests, or capital planning for either projects with substantially reduced risk and stronger community support. So essentially, they follow somewhat of the same timeline. July and August of this year will be spent on site due diligence for both. As a reminder, we're looking at sort of space behind the bleachers at Memorial Field for both sort of park options. The dog park would be sort of in a fenced off area to the rightmost corner behind the bleachers. And then the skate park is sort of potentially sited with a basketball court and sort of street hockey area. September will be public engagement. The dog park public engagement is focusing on developing a community survey focused on dog park needs and desired amenities, conducting outreach through the town website, social media accounts, and local organizations, holding stakeholder meetings with nearby residents and dog owners to get their preferences, and then compiling best practices from peer communities that have similarly situated dog parks. That will all go into a community needs assessment. For the skate park, it's largely focused on youth engagement, as well as coordinating with the police department and other town departments to get a sense on priorities, concerns, et cetera, et cetera. October will largely be spent on concept development for both. November, a cost and funding analysis for both. December, draft feasibility reports for both. And then January will be the committee recommendations to the select board around how to move forward. let me see if there's anything else worth mentioning. Obviously, identifying grant opportunities, conceptual and construction costs, phasing opportunities, et cetera, et cetera. Any questions on any of that?
No, just for the like the outreach phase, if there's anything that I can do as far as on like the cable side or even like video stuff, like obviously if we have kind of like public hearings about things or I can record those. And
How much, if at all, do you think the Recreation Commission would like to be involved in this?
I maybe like individual members. I don't know how much bandwidth my director really has at this point. She's been really stressed about just keeping the pool running this summer and concerns about being able to keep it open next summer, like being able to. So I think she's kind of working bare bones at this point. But
I meant more so in terms of like just keeping them engaged and informed of the process.
I give reports at these meetings
Okay.
at our meetings and things like that. But yeah.
Okay.
Into the wetland part of this, can you just, I'm just looking at this map real quick. I know we're getting ahead of ourselves maybe, but Memorial Field, that's the police station. So
Yep.
are we talking about right here, like right behind, or?
That's like sure.
Yeah.
Brian, if I think it's correctly, it's this
within
corner,
the
right?
parcel.
That corner,
Okay,
yep.
all right, yep, good. Okay, yeah, so as you can see, this right here, there's some evidence there might be some wetlands along here. So we may have to just get the boundary marked off there, just so we know, like, we can't have activity. Because I know it's really not a structure that's going in. I mean, the skate park is kind of a structure, but mostly just to know where the line is so that people aren't going into that area. And like, we may want to get some signs that are like, if applicable, like wetlands, like don't enter type of stuff.
Well, that's all fenced off.
It is fenced off. Okay, it's already
Yeah, it's
fenced.
actually
there
a pretty
is-
high fence too.
There
It
is.
is, okay.
Oh, I knocked my chair over.
There's an old, there's a few,
This
Fine.
corner.
a few openings. Yeah.
There's like a gated area fenced off here, so you
Okay.
can't get through the back.
Okay, what about on this side though? Like right, that's where I'm kind of. Is that open right now?
This right here is where the paved area is, where the basketball court is. That would be sort of like redeveloped or repurposed into a skate park.
Okay.
And then this corner right here is where the fenced off. It looks like it was going to be designed for like batting cages or something.
Yeah.
There's a couple of metal structures, and then they can be taken down. But it's all sort of fenced off.
Yeah, I believe the entire existing property is fenced. Like, so even between where we're looking at the skate park and the fenced-in dog park area, I believe there is a fence
Oh, okay.
just along the entire perimeter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Along with
That's
brook
great.
runs.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, I have a
Parallel to all in the street.
oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, good. Good.
photo.
Just don't want trash making its way into
Yeah.
any wetlands that may be present
Yeah.
or people. But all right, that's awesome. Site is just perfect. It's
Yeah.
like ready.
It's kind of set up. It is.
So this is sort of this is the gate to enter in. So it's fenced off all around.
Wow. Okay. All
And I
right.
did walk the perimeter when we did our sort of site visit a month or two ago, and the fence is secure all the way around. So really don't have to do much
Great news.
with that.
Thank you.
Any other thoughts, questions, concerns as it relates to either of these?
So in September for the surveys, would that be more for what people are looking for as far as features go for these? Okay, cool.
Yeah, and it's designed to be sort of just I don't know, a temperature check. Do you support
Yeah.
a dog park in Whitman? If yes or no. If yes, why? If no, what are your concerns? Are you a dog owner? Would you use this park? If so, what amenities would you like? Versus like, I don't know, grass, all grass, maybe some stone, like depending on, that kind of thing. Just to get a sense of, I don't know, community involvement and identifying priorities or specific needs. There's a lot of differences between big dogs and small dogs, and so is it sort of like a on-leash dog park with off-leash areas, or we can kind of figure that out.
You're gonna do that survey on Facebook.
Well, I was gonna design.
Side.
I was gonna design the survey essentially through like Google Forms to keep it easy. There's no need to do it completely through SurveyMonkey. So we do a basic Google Form survey, do just general outreach, social media account, website through, or just general contacts.
Seems to be a good response that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had 250 some odd survey responses for the open space and recreation plan. A lot of those folks did leave their email contact, and so I can filter out who specifically requested dog park, and then follow up with them through the survey to say, we're moving forward with this. If you could take this, 5-question survey or whatever it is.
Yeah, I'm smiling.
There'll probably also be a lot of conversations with folks walking their dogs in the town park, and just so I don't seem creepy talking to them, I'll bring my own dog. Kind of, use that as a way in rather than sneaking up to people being like, "Oh, you're on the dog park." Yeah, in September. So for the skate park work plan, the community engagement starts in September as well. Since it's focused majoritively on youth, there's going to be a lot of, I think, outreach and coordination through the schools and other sort of maybe recreation programs. I'd like to hold a youth focus group with young people, and then sort of inventory nearby skate facilities and regional demands, just so that we're not sort of creating a skate park that a couple of young people said that they want, and then no one ends up using it.
Yeah, I was actually at the park yesterday with my daughter, and there was some older kids that were just kind of like hanging out on the playground, and I know that they tend to be a little bit too big for that equipment, and like might get in the way of little kids. And I almost wanted to like go up and ask them, like, "Hey guys, if there was like a skate park, would you guys hang out there?" Kind of thing, because I think that's something maybe to keep in mind about plans for a skate park, is like having just kind of like things around it where kids can kind of just hang on them. Because I remember growing up at certain skate parks, there were a lot of kids who didn't actually use the skate park equipment, who just went there to hang out. I think that
kids.
yeah. So I think that'd be a good thing to think about, and like getting teens who necessarily don't skateboard or bike or anything, get them excited for just like a place besides the park to hang on some stuff. Yeah.
Yep, and maybe even do sort of like skating tutorials for like young people that might want to learn how to skateboard, and it's easy enough.
Yeah.
I can teach kids how to ollie.
I never got to
It
do
would be somewhat multi-use if the hoop was to maybe still stay.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's still in good condition.
Some
right
of
there,
the
yeah.
I don't know if the grind rails are removable or they can move them around.
a lot of times they're permanent, but yeah, they have ones that.
Well, the metal rails, they have to be permanent because
Kids,
if you put them down and you jump on a rail that's not secured in the ground, it'll fall over. There are, I don't know, sort of like 3 boxes with grind edges on them, like a metal edge that you can sort of like, the boxes are heavy.
Right.
So you can kind of move them if you need to. But they're a little more secure than just a rail that you need to secure into the ground. Any other thoughts? Big ideas, big dreams as it relates to dog park, skate park? As I move forward with moving this, or is anyone interested? I mean, I can kind of take a lead on this, but is anyone interested in sort of like working with me on either or?
Yeah, definitely. I'm interested in helping, because I feel like this is in the recreation umbrella for sure. So anything you need as far as help or anything from the Recreation Commission that I can bring to meetings.
Okay.
I'll let them know that it's happening and let them know that there's opportunity to get involved, especially like with the outreach kind of stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I mean, we have a decent network of teens and stuff that work for the park program and things. So like we can kind of reach out to them, talk to them, maybe even like do a survey of those kids. So.
Yeah, my daughter's one of the counselors.
Oh, awesome! There you go.
I think she's excited to get back to working.
How many sessions do they have this summer? Do you know? Usually they have like 3 sessions. Is it still like a full program?
I think it's four or five. No, it might be over 5 weeks this summer.
I'm gonna say it's a couple weeks.
Yeah, I think
I think
it's.
they have like 3 sessions, 3 weeks, but
I think it's definitely 4 at least. Yeah.
very good. So the pool's open. The pool's busy right now.
Yeah.
Saw that when I parked. It's good.
Yeah, a lot of people wanted it open earlier, and it's like we could, but then we have to pay the lifeguards, and that's when it gets complicated for budgeting. So
When I initially came onto this committee, being at Public Works, they asked for some community, someone to be volunteer. And when I saw the initial list, I highlighted some of the things. I'm like, oh, Public Works will probably involve this and that. So it's kind of why I came onto this committee, to see and to maybe say what we can and can't do, which I'll have a lot more say now after Bruce retires, and what we can get involved in and help these things happen when it gets deeper into the process. Like removing brush from the fences down there, and
yeah,
bringing the heavy equipment, maybe moving things that are delivered, or that'll all help everything move forward.
Okay. So if there's nothing else on sort of the old business, anything for new business that folks want to bring up?
No, not from me.
Not tonight.
Okay. I know Ed is on the agenda for the select board meeting next week to give an update on the Hobart Dam replacement project and the sort of rail trail, the Frederick Douglass Rail Trail sort of update. So I'm sure he will have a number of updates for us at our next meeting. With that said, or that in mind, I would like to sort of propose that we sort of pick our standard sort of meeting date, just so that we can have it in the calendar moving forward. Since this is the 4th Thursday of the month, and I think traditionally we have met on the 4th Thursday of the month, I would just like to propose that we just do that, lock that in. And also sort of maybe recommend that we skip July's meeting. And then, so our next meeting would be August 27th. We can kind of come together if we need to. But I think I'm going to be rather busy sort of with the first 2 tasks the first task of the bucket area of both the dog park and skate park work plan in terms of reviewing the deed restrictions and easements and all those kinds of things. Or any deed restrictions. So we skip July and just move to August.
that works.
Yeah.
And yeah, if once I figure out a date for the next cleanup, I'll share that through email, because we don't really need to approve anything or anything like that. So that's the 27th, right?
Of August.
August,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. So they would be August 27th, September 24th, October 22nd, November 26th. And then it would fall on December 24th. I don't think anyone's looking to meet on Christmas Eve.
No.
So we would meet on the 17th, the week before that.
Is that Thanksgiving week?
11/26. Yeah, that's Thanksgiving week.
Right, yeah.
Might be.
You can tell me.
Yeah.
You can tell where my mind is.
If you make a turkey,
It's just so right? Yeah, I know.
Well,
Someone
it'll
else-
be a humane, vegan turkey, but no one will want that. 26th. So we'll meet November 19th instead.
Alright.
That's not Veterans Day, is it? No, Veterans Day is Wednesday the 11th. I always thought it fell on a Thursday for some reason. So that would be 11/19. And I'll send these out via email to everyone.
Yeah. Okay.
Hopefully also, and if anyone can remind me, did Adam say he's busier in the summer?
Yes.
All right.
Pretty sure he's worked till dark.
All right. So hopefully once sort of like the end of August comes around, his schedule clears up a little bit so you can become more engaged with this group too. So maybe skipping July is not a bad thing. Also, when I send the email, if everyone could respond with your... Actually, I think I have most of everyone's cell phone number at this point with the exception of Adam. And maybe Bob, yours.
I have a new
Okay.
town.
Just so that, because I know not everyone checks their emails. And if you look at your phone, I'm assuming you have many more unread emails than you do text messages. And so if we need to sort of cancel a meeting or schedule something quickly, text message is probably the easiest way to do it.
Yeah, and it's always easy too when we're doing like site visits or something, or somebody gets locked outside.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So if we know we're going to run into an issue with a quorum, we know ahead of time through text message versus. So let me just make sure I have. Leanne, do I have yours? I'll get it in a second. So once we close out the meeting, I'll get everyone's. We don't need to give everyone's cell phone numbers, contact numbers through the the recorded meeting. All right. So it is 6:54. Anything else that people want to raise? If not, can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
All right. Thank you. See you in August.